Alright, what's going on, Woody Woodpecker fans? It's me, Woody Woodpecker Pro 360, and as you can tell by the title of the video, as you can see, I have two PS3s right here. This one on the left where you can barely see it, but you can see the lights, though. So, at least there's one good thing about it. Okay, so, on the left, this is, as you can see, they're both two fat PS3s right here. On the left is a Geo One PS3, 40 gig, and that one's running, and that PS3 right here is running firmware version 2.80 from 2009, so it's the last PS3 firmware to have all boot up and stuff. And on the right, this is my own PS3. This is the PS3 I use for, like, PSN and stuff, and that PS3 is running the most up-to-date firmware. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn both these on, and yeah. The first one I'm gonna do is this PS3 on the right that has the new boot up. So yeah. Alright. We're gonna wait for this to load up. As you can see, here's the good old PS3 boot up sound. And then there you go. Now, this controller right here is a DualShock 3. As you can see, this is the DualShock 3. And the other controller right here is a 6-axis. The DualShock 3 is connected to the one I'm showing now. This PS3. So, we're going to turn on the controller. As you can see, here's the old XMB right here. I remembered this from when I was a little kid. I used to play around like this, just scrolling like from left to right, just like this on end. When I was like very bored, it's just it looks pretty cool, you know. And just in case if you guys are curious about the firmware, I'm gonna show you what firmware it's running. So yeah. Okay. System information, and as you can see, let me zoom in. It's running firmware version 4.89, and yeah, as you can see, XMB is very different from what you guys might be used to be, which we're gonna go on to in a sec. As you can see now, you can use like this one that says original right here, which is the XMB with the sparkles, or you could press one that's classic, and that's the one without the sparkles, or you could do like the air paint theme, and I think the air paint theme looks pretty nice, to be honest. Let's go to the original one. And as you can see, you can pick a different color. As you can see, we have original, which will actually change every month, apparently. Then you have all these different colors. These colors look very nice, in my opinion. I mean, this dark blue background definitely looks like a actual PlayStation background, like a PS4 background and stuff. So yeah. And you can pick for all these different colors. I mean, the colors just look very nice. But as you can see, we have original, which will just like change like the colors like every so often. And then there you go. There's the firmware. Now, since this is 4.89, which is the latest PS3 firmware, that means I can sign into PSN and stuff. And let's test out a game. So right here, we have Skate 2 right here. One of the classics. Now, this game came out in 2009, so, yep. We're gonna insert it into the PS3. And then, gonna wait for this to load. So yeah, got my controller. And here it is, Skate 2. Let's load straight in the game. Yeah, why not? Let's just load into the game. And yep, as you can see, it's gonna load straight into the game. So, yeah. Now, I didn't install the game data to the system, so, you know. Yeah, I didn't install the game data yet. So I'll be right back once it's done.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, as you can see the update's done, and as you can see the game is loading, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quit out the game. So yeah, let's quit out the game. So we're gonna quit out of it. So yeah. And yeah, as you can see, it's on the old firmware. I'm gonna eject the disc. Hold on, let me just... I just had to press up. The song was playing and I don't want to get copyright. So yeah. Alright, now I'm gonna turn this off because now we're gonna move on to the next one. So we're gonna turn it off. So yeah. Okay. There we go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the input. Hang on a minute. Okay, let me just change it. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the system that's on the old firmware, so let's turn it on. Okay. Now we're gonna wait for it. As you can see, has the old startup right here. Has, yep, old startup. As you can see, we have 6-axis. Yep, it's on. As you can see, this is the classic right here. The very classic. Now, obviously we can't sign into PSN anymore because this firmware is too outdated to use PSN because this is an old firmware. As you can see, we cannot add sparkles on this firmware because this is an old firmware. But this is the last firmware to have the black wallpaper, black waves, because then after that they removed the black waves in PS3 firmware version 3.0. So yeah. I'm gonna keep it on the original for the purposes of this video. As you can see, scroll down to okay, there is system settings. And yep. Install other OS. That feature was removed back then, like later on. And that feature is like where you can install Linux on your PS3. I wonder if you can install Windows on it. Let me know in the comments. And as you can see, 2.80, which is an update before 3.0, because 3.0 replaced startup and stuff. And yeah. And let's load in the exact same game, Skate 2. Let's load it in. Oh, it's so dark. Okay. And yeah. Wait for it to load. Here it is, Skate 2, let's load it. As you can see, has the old game boot right here, which is why I find pretty cool. Wish the new firmware had something similar like that. But oh well. So yeah. And then there you go. Just like on the new firmware, the game loads up as expected. We're gonna quit out of it now. And yeah, that was a really good trip down memory lane. So yeah, very nostalgia. Yeah, very nostalgic moments. So yeah, we have right here on the left, PS3 with old firmware. On the right, PS3 with new firmware. I use that to play old games right here. I use that one to use my PSN and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. And hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, ring the notification. Give it a huge thank you to Woody Woodpecker Attic. Also check out my two other channels, Woody Woodpecker Pro 20 and Luca Woodpecker 3000. All these channels are in the description below. And I'll see you all in the next video.